Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian. I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. It is the capital of the province of British Columbia. I hope that all of you are doing fantastic. I hope you're having a great week so far. And in this class, everybody, we are looking at an IELTS speaking part 1, and we will be discussing art. Welcome to our viewers. Hi Manpreet, Phuong, Harry Jot, Manmeet. Welcome to all of our members. Maria, Sarah, Masala, Chayani, nice to see all of you in the class. And again, it's speaking part 1, and we're talking about art. Now, I think some of you might already be thinking that art, I don't know much about art, I'm not big into art. But the IELTS is not about that. The IELTS is not about what you're into and what you're not into. You're not allowed to change the topic in IELTS, so it's kind of like a box of chocolates. It's a surprise. And as somebody said to me before, well, with chocolates, at least you know the ingredients. With IELTS, you don't, which is kind of funny and true. But yeah, you can have so many different topics. When I sat the IELTS in Budapest a little over a year ago, I got the topic of math. We're talking about math, and believe it or not, I'm not a big fan of math, yet I still talked about math. Again, it's not about what you like and what you know. It's about what you get and doing a good job discussing that topic. So I will help you to do that today. This lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com. For academic IELTS, visit us there. For the general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. Those are our websites, and they are the course materials and textbooks for these live classes. So if you join these live classes regularly, make sure to visit our websites and get our premium package, so you have all the practice exams, videos, interactive courses, and you just click that big red button that's right above my head there. It's a one-time payment. You get lifetime access. We don't focus on making tons of money from one sale. We want to help a lot of people. We are an IDP affiliate, a British Council partner, IELTS Test Registration Center. I'm a certified British Council agent. I have been working with IELTS for the past 20 years, so I have a good idea of what's going on. For the general IELTS, check out gieltshelp.com. It's this button here just above my head, and we are going to use the websites today to actually practice speaking, talking to students. You can talk to each other for free using the websites, so it's a great time to join the premium package. And you can use this code that we have right now. It's the code is 9 for me, right? Like band 9 for me, to get a 10% discount. So make sure to use that code when you check out. Again, that's 9 for me. It's right there. Okay. All right. Apps, yes, we have them. Apps for your phone. Just go to your app store, look for Academic IELTS Help, General IELTS Help. You can also follow us on Instagram, IELTS_AE Help and GIELTS Help. On Instagram, we post some cool little clips and vocabulary. And then if you have questions, we're always happy to help. As many of you know, we give free band score estimates for speaking and for writing as well through email communications. You can send an email to Adrian, that's my name, at aehelp.com. So that's there for you as well. So we've got a lot of help for you to do well in IELTS, and we're all about helping students. We really love to hear success stories of students mastering communication, mastering the English language, getting a high band score, and then going to university, continuing university, going abroad. It makes us so happy. So We've got lots of classes this week. Speaking part 1 right now. We've got reading for members and listening tomorrow. That will be the second half of the listening that we started last week. And then we'll have a Discord class as well on the Discord server IELTS Prep. For those of you that don't know Discord, Discord is a piece of software. It's totally free. It was created by gamers. It's used by a lot of other people now, including teachers. And we are partnered with IELTS Prep. We do events with them for free. So I put the link in the chat. You can join that. That topic will be on writing. So that will be writing. Let me maybe even put that in there. That'll be a task 2 that we will look at on Discord. Okay. On our channel, we have new releases for you all the time, HD releases, so definitely subscribe and hit that bell button to get notifications. So I'll put the latest video link there for you as well. That's a speaking video. We're usually the first ones with strategies and tips to help students get better scores. Most of the other channels like to copy what we're doing. All right. So let's get into it. Let's get into some IELTS speaking part 1. The speaking section of the IELTS exam, it's a 12 to 15 minute interview. You are interviewed by either a native English speaker. They could be from Canada, US, UK, or it could be a non-native speaker. So it could be somebody that's not a native English speaker, but they will be a very, very, very good user of the English language. So it'll be a 12 to 15 minute interview, and you have to put your best foot forward. Anybody know what that idiom means? I always throw out some idioms in the class and vocabulary to just up your game. Put your best foot forward. It's an idiom. What do you think it means? Anybody? Erkin says to do your best. Yeah, that's kind of good. Domenico says step up your game. That was my second idiom. Yep. Domenico says do your utmost. Yeah. Yeah, to put your best foot forward means not only to do your best, but it also kind of includes this. To do your best and show your most preferred personality, let's say. Okay, so when you meet a special person for the first time, you always put your best foot forward because you want them to like you. So you kind of do your best and you're showing the best side of you, your best personality. Okay? So that's what it means to put your best foot forward. And so that's what you're doing in the IELTS exam. You're putting your best foot forward. And how do you do that? So let me ask you this. How do you put your best foot forward in the IELTS exam, in the IELTS speaking exam? What are some steps, right? No pun intended. What are some steps to put your best foot forward? The no pun intended means that, steps, best foot forward, right? You step with your foot. So a pun is when you play with words, okay? In English, when you're playing with words, it's called a pun. Playing with words. That's when you know you've mastered a language, is when you can create puns, playing with words. Okay, like what are the steps to putting your best foot forward? Okay, so how do you do that? Harry Jod says, give precise answers. Exactly, yeah, Harry Jod, I agree. So give clear explanations and details to your answers. Details means like use numbers, right? As we've said many times before if you're following these classes. Sure. Yeah, Chen says stay calm and confident. Attitude is very important for performance. So definitely stay calm and confident. Yeah, be yourself. Absolutely. Sarah says include some examples. Yeah, that could be a part of the details. Numbers and examples. Yes, absolutely, especially in part 1. Chayani says, don't use words like honestly or to be honest. Don't overtalk. Yeah, so those are ways to avoid lower marks. So don't use templates. Don't force vocabulary. You should never force idioms. Yeah, so avoid templates and forcing idioms into your language. So don't force them. Just like when I said put your best foot forward, it wasn't forced. It came naturally in context. Okay? And Harry Jod says avoid saying you. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, you're not talking about the examiner. In part 1, you are talking about yourself. So you should not say you do this, you do that. Get your first sentence ready. Yeah, and one that I think, a lot of students they know it, but they don't kind of overtly think about it, is speak in full sentences. Sean says go with the flow, but Sean, for the IELTS, going with the flow is not necessarily a good idea. Sometimes when students just go with the flow, they tend to speak short and chit-chat. So this is not a chit-chat. Speak professionally. I believe chit-chat is one word. Yeah, this is not a chit-chat. You need to speak professionally. Okay? And that's absolutely a part of putting your best foot forward. Unfortunately, there are some videos, and I interviewed somebody recently about this and explained to them, like, be really careful with some videos on YouTube that tell you these tricks to sound natural, but then you're kind of sounding like you're chit-chatting. So you should not sound like you're chit-chatting. If a native speaker sits the IELTS speaking section and has a good chit-chat with the examiner, they're going to get maybe a band 7 in the best case scenario. Okay? A chit-chat will not get you a band 7.5, 8, or 8.5, okay? For that, you have to show professional English. Can you just give me some thumbs up in the chat there, viewers, on that? So chit-chat style English will get a band 7 at most, but usually lower, okay? For band 7.5 or more, you need to show academic and professional English. Okay? It's very important. All right? Okay, I've got lots of thumbs up there by Yenlik and Chan. Okay, so you're not there to chit-chat. Be really careful of YouTube videos that tell you to kind of use this chit-chat style of English. No, definitely not. Okay. All right. Indian hackers asking, what does chit chat mean? Chit chat means like casual. So it's a good question. Fair enough, right? So chit chat means like a short, casual, friendly type of conversation. I'll show you an example. So let's get into it. So you go to the IELTS exam and the examiner says, welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. I'm recording this for marking purposes. The test has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. May I see your identification? Chit chat style. Okay. Yeah, sure. Here it is. Okay. Professional. Certainly. Here is my passport that I have used to register. Please have a look. Okay. That's the difference. So it's a very good question. What is chit chat, right? Let's see some examples. Sure. Chit chat, yeah, sure. Here it is. Professional, certainly. Here's my passport that I've used to register. Please have a look. Okay. Now, do you see the difference between chit chat style and professional style? Here's the next question. And by the way, students, this is speaking, so make sure to speak and repeat. So copy these as I say them. Okay, as I say these answers. Okay, what is your full name? My name is John Anderson. Okay. This is kind of chit-chat style. Or even more chit-chat style is if you contract. My name's John Anderson. My first name is John. And my family name is Anderson. Please call me John. Okay, that would be the professional style. So we'll do a P and we'll do a chit chat CC. Okay, so chit chat style. My name's John Anderson. Professional style. My first name is John. My family name is Anderson. Please call me John. Okay, that's the difference. One's fluent and clear and precise, as a student suggested. The other one is short as possible, just getting it done, right? Okay. No, Joycelyn, the answer to your off-topic question is you cannot highlight in the listening section. All right, so we've got some answers there by our students. Masala says, my full name is Hitmangukia. Please call me by my given name, Hit. Yeah, Masala, that will work. Okay. All right, a couple more just to really give you an idea. How are you feeling today? I'm fine, thank you. Chit chat style. Okay, and there's nothing, by the way, students, there's nothing wrong with being able to chit-chat in English. In fact, it's a very good skill for your everyday life. It's just that in IELTS, to get into the band 7, which is good, to band 8, which is very good, to band 9, which is an expert user of the English language, chit-chatting simply does not offer the examiner enough content to reach those high band levels, right? So how are you feeling today? Repeat after me. How are you feeling today? I'm fine, thank you. It's chit-chat style. What would be a professional style? So if I asked you, how are you feeling today? What do you think would be a professional style? Erkin says, I'm feeling great. That's more of a chit-chat style. And by the way, students, if you have one or two answers that are kind of chit-chat style, it's not the end of the world. It's okay. But you want most of your answers. Like you're probably thinking, well, Adrian, if I said, here's my passport, is that, then do I automatically get a lower score? No, I mean, one or two chit-chat responses are okay, but most of your responses should be professional in structure and in delivery. Okay. New and Phi, I like it. You might get a smile for that one from the examiners. So, Nguyen says this. Nguyen says, I'm feeling supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, which blown up my heart face to face to you. It's a little bit, this last part, I'm not sure what that is, but supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is from a very popular cult classic in the movies called Mary Poppins. And it's a made-up word. Many English speakers know it. It means you're just feeling absolutely awesome. Don't use that in the IELTS. So don't say I'm feeling supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Okay. Yeah, even spell check won't recognize that. And make sure you avoid any kind of idiom that is unclear. So that was kind of a funny note by one of our new viewers, I'm feeling supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That would definitely not be professional. That would be chit-chat style. And on an important note, students, I do get this question sometimes, is should I try to make the examiner laugh? Is that good? Is it okay to, say a joke? Like, is it okay to say I'm feeling supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? No, don't do that, okay? So how are you feeling today professionally? Chayani says, I'm doing great today. I have tried to study for IELTS even though I'm a bit fatigued and this made me well. Yeah, so sounding professional doesn't mean you have to say a lot, Chayani. You can still keep it shorter. You can say, I am a bit nervous because of this exam, but I'm also excited to get a great score. Okay, so just a nice full sentence answer with, notice this explanation here, right? And it's truthful. I'm a bit nervous because of this exam, but I'm also excited to get a good score. I'm sure most of you are, right? I'm sure when you go to the IELTS exam, many of you feel that way, and that is absolutely okay. I'm a bit nervous because of this exam, but I'm also excited to get a good score. Notice how in the beginning I use the clear words I am, and then I use a contraction later. That's a really good strategy to clearly say each word at first and then use a contraction. So it is a good idea to state words clearly at the start and use contractions later for natural language. Okay, so if you say I have at the beginning and then later on you can say I've. Okay, this is to make sure that the examiner can hear that you are using the correct grammar with the correct auxiliary verbs, like in present perfect, I have, right? And then saying I've, okay? So yes, Chayani, avoid contractions at the beginning or in the first part, but then you can use contractions after, and it's a good idea to sound natural. Okay, and that's also a part of professional language. So people who are trained in professional communication are also trained to use contractions carefully. Okay, when you say the full words, it gives more emphasis to what you're saying. Like, I have been to the Greek islands. I've visited there 5 years ago. Okay, so notice like this. This is just an example. I have been to the Greek islands. Okay, it carries more emphasis. Okay, versus I've been to the Greek islands. All right. Okay. So let's keep going with this. What do you plan to do after this exam? All right, so that's the next question. What do you plan to do after this exam? Casual or chit-chat style? I'm gonna go home. Okay. Professional. Let me see your professional answers. I want you to answer professionally. Okay, Rumi says after giving this IELTS exam, let me grab that, Rumi. That looks good. Okay, so let me correct it. So Rumi says after giving this, be specific, this IELTS exam, instead of giving, say completing. After completing this IELTS exam, comma, I want to do my Master's in English Linguistics from Karachi University because I would like to, it's the future, right? Would like to work as an English teacher. You don't need the word language, it's clear, in Turkey. Okay, that's good. Now you're talking about generally after the exam, which is okay. We don't know that from the question. So, and you're doing a good job, Rumi, of using the question. Professional communication will often reflect the question. So, following this test, I plan to go back home and relax for the day. My long-term plan is to continue my graduate studies in psychology in the US. Okay, so that would be a professional answer. What do you plan to do after this exam? Following this test, I plan to go back home and relax for the day. My long-term plan is to continue my graduate studies in psychology in the US. Okay, good. So again, students, casual versus professional. IELTS speaking, it's not chit-chat. Sounding natural doesn't mean you're chit-chatting with the teacher. Sounding natural just means using good intonation, good pronunciation, speaking clearly and in complete sentences. Speaking professionally, you still sound natural. You just also sound professional, okay? So let's go from the top, and I want you to just repeat after me. I want you to repeat only the professional responses. Here we go, students. May I see your identification? Please repeat the questions as well. May I see your identification? Certainly. Here's my passport that I have used to register. Please have a look. What is your full name? My first name is John and my family name is Anderson. Please call me John. How are you feeling today? I'm a bit nervous because of this exam, but I'm also excited to get a great score. What do you plan to do after this exam? Following this test, I plan to go back home and relax for the day. My long-term plan is to continue my graduate studies in psychology in the US. Let's talk about art. Okay. Now, here is where, some students might be like, oh no, not this topic, any topic, but this topic. I don't know anything about art. I don't like art. I don't collect art. I don't draw. I don't paint. No, don't do that. And in fact, if it's a different topic, it's not good to get too excited either. So it's not just topics that are strange or not your cup of tea. also topics that are your cup of tea, like let's talk about your hobbies or let's talk about sports. And then the students are like, woo, that's my topic. That's the one I practiced all the time. It's not good to get excited either. Okay, so students, keep in mind, IELTS is not about topics you like or dislike. It is simply about giving great answers. And you can do that with any topic as long as you stay focused and stick to strategy. Okay? Namely, answer, explain, example. Okay? And we're going to practice that. So when you hear a topic like let's talk about art, instead of having a panic attack and freaking out, you should immediately think about what you know about art. Okay? Think positive. Think on what you do know about art. What, where, when, why. Why, who, right? So those W questions should be popping into mind. Students, what is art? What is art? So, and you can't ask for a different topic. You have to answer questions. So you can't be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of art. It's not my cup of tea. Can you ask me some other questions? They'll be like, no, let's talk about art. Okay. Romelia says it's a form of expressing yourself. Okay, it's expressing self. Yeah. What else? Expression of emotions. Very good, Patek. Expressing self, expressing emotions. Yeah, what else? Ideas. And the how question, Chayani, is through dance, music, painting, drawing, crafts, sculpting. Yeah, so there are lots of different styles of art as well, right? So where do we see art? And don't say everywhere. Okay, you have to focus your thoughts. So where do we see art? Where do we see it? Art galleries. Sure. We see it in galleries. We see it in museums. Okay, there are other places we see art. Cinemas, theaters, very good. The street. Yeah, absolutely. In people's homes. Very nice. Right? Okay, great. And who does art? Who does art? Artist, right? Obviously. But who else does art? Artists and kids, adults, women, men, right? Directors, very good. Dancers, singers, very nice. Okay, so voila, you know a lot about art, right? Even though you might not think about it each and every day, art is a part of our everyday culture. Part one will always be a topic that everybody should be able to talk about as long as you think about it in a calm kind of way. All right, so then the examiner gets into the questions, okay? And here we go. Let's do the first one together, and then we will chat with our viewers, and we're going to really get into true speaking. So first, let's do one more kind of written style response for the speaking here. There are many types of art, like painting and dancing. Which do you like? Give me a nice professional answer for this one. My favorite type of art. I bet nobody can guess my favorite type of art. I wonder if somebody could. Yeah, a rapper, see, could be absolutely a rapper is an artist. Shiraz says, I'm really about drawing landscapes. Shiraz, why? Why do you like to draw landscapes? So great, you're using some natural language and you're using kind of idiomatic language. You're saying I'm really about drawing landscapes, but it's still just a band 6 because it's too short. It's too chit-chat style. Okay. Marco says, my favorite type of art is definitely abstract art. Still chit-chat. It's too short. Doesn't explain your idea. Why, Marco? My immediate question to you would be, why do you like abstract art? Fuang says, well, I'm not interested in painting too much. Nope, Fuang, I didn't ask you what you're not interested in. I asked you what you are interested in. Students don't answer questions negatively. Those tend to get lower scores. So, Fuang, I want to see a positive answer only. Rewrite it, rephrase it where you're answering positively. I'm asking you, what do you like, not what don't you like. Okay. Yura says, my favorite type of art is ballet. I really like dancing and music coming together in one dramatic story. I was in theater just yesterday watching Romeo and Juliet. That's a lovely answer. So I'm going to take that one because Yura is giving me a nice high band answer. Anybody guess what my favorite type of art is? You'll never guess it. All right. So Yura, this is good. My favorite type of art is ballet. It's with 2 L's. I really like when dance and music come together in one dramatic story. I was in theater just yesterday watching Romeo and Juliet. Yura, that's a nice answer. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Romelia says literature. No. Romelia, good try, but not. My favorite type of art is cooking because it brings together the senses of sight, taste, and touch without being selfish. I mean, an incredible dish is enjoyed only for a few hours by a few guests, and then it's gone forever. So that would be my honest professional answer to the question. There are many types of arts like painting and dancing. Which do you like? My favorite type of art is cooking because it brings together the senses of sight, taste, and touch without being selfish. I mean, an incredible dish is enjoyed only for a few hours by a few guests, and then it's gone forever. Okay, so that is my response, but you don't have to be fancy. You don't have to be too creative. Just give a complete answer with explanation and example. Okay? All right. So, having said that, let's practice speaking with our viewers, okay? This is the one channel where you can get to interact with me through audio and we can speak to each other. So you can volunteer for speaking. The way to volunteer for speaking is go to the website aehelp.com, okay? And you can do this for free. This isn't some marketing scheme where you're going to have to pay. You can do this for free. Go to your My Student account, okay? In your My Student account, if you don't have a My Student account, you can create one for free by clicking the green Try Demo button. And then go to Student Partner Speaking and make sure that you enable your microphone. Make sure your microphone is working. You have a good internet connection. And then you can send me a message. You will see me as Master. There will be a name in a moment, Master. And you click and you say, I want to volunteer. Let me show you this. So go to aehelp.com. If you really like these live classes and you're like, hey, this is great learning, then definitely join our premium package by clicking the big red button. Again, it's a one-time payment just right there. And it's for lifetime access. If you're like, I'm not sure, Adrian, or I don't have any money, then click the green button, the Try Now button that's right there as well. And you just enter your email, your name, and you're good to go. And then you will be logged in. If you already have an account, you have to log in and go to your My Student account. In your My Student account, you will have computer-based practice exams, an interactive course, a whole bunch of HD videos. You'll have printable PDF exams. And then you will also have this Student Partner Speaking that we're going to use now. And if you want to book a full mock IELTS speaking interview with feedback and corrections and scoring, you can do that. And you can click on this yellow button there. The yellow button is speaking interview practice. And you can even book your IELTS exam in some countries with this red button if you see it. Okay, if you see that we are a test registration center, as I said, we're partnered with British Council IDP. And so you can book your test right there, and then you're good to go. If you don't see it, it's because it's not available yet in your country, that online version. Okay, but for right now, click on a Student Partner Speaking. I accept. I'm going to put on my ears here. And then you will see a lot of people. So we see Z, Ananta, Chayani, Mehakpreet, Captain, Manmeet, MJ, Alfred, Jiwen, Masala, lots more, which is fantastic. There's tons of people in here. It's very nice to see. Chayani, I see you here. You will see me as Master. Okay, students, so you're going to see my name as Master. So send me a message by clicking the blue envelope beside Master and write, I want to volunteer. Okay, and then we can start. Chayani, I can see you here, so let's try it out. Are you ready? Okay, Chayani, if you're there, let me know, and then we can do a little interaction and practice speaking. Okay, everybody will have a chance who I reach out to answer a few questions. Hi Chayani, how are you?
I'm doing great today. How about you, sir?
I am doing fantastic, and based on that answer, I know that you're ready to give me some good English. That's great. Okay, Chayani.
Yeah?
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Awesome. Okay, Chayani, can you just remind everybody where you are calling from?
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Chayani. I'm from Indonesia, exactly in Jakarta.
Big city of Jakarta. All right. And why are you taking the IELTS?
I'm taking the IELTS for university enrollment because the one need English proficiency test.
Chayani, you've been practicing. That's great. Okay, good. So let me kick off this exam. Continue to speak just as you are doing. Here we go. Welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. May I see your identification?
Sure, certainly. Here is my passport that I used for registration a couple weeks ago. Please have a look.
What is your full name?
My complete name is Cahyani Kaunia Putri. Just call me Yani for a short.
Okay, Yanni. For part one, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. How are you feeling today?
I'm doing very well today. Today I'm studying for IELTS exam, even though I'm a bit nervous, but I'm very excited for doing an exam soon.
What will you do after this exam?
It might be I will searching courses of university, and then I will searching the document for the requirement. For the other activity, I will go in the out of the city of Jakarta, like Yogyakarta. That's for refreshing my mind after the test.
Let's talk about art. There are many types of art like painting and dancing. Which do you like?
I'm addicted to dancing rather than painting. The reason why I love dancing because it can reduce my stress, and also it dancing also one of my hobbies. My inspiration to start to dance from my role model Lisa from Blackpink.
Okay. I'm going to stop there for now. All right. That was really good. Chani, that was good. Right off the bat, your responses are about a band 7 to 7.5. Okay, 7.75, easy. And it's good. You're going in the right direction. Couple of points to improve. One, pay attention to grammar. So sometimes your word use or word form is slightly off. And so you're losing some points for that. And also work on using connectives and making the information concise. So you are giving answers that are a little bit wordy. So you can say the same answer in a shorter way. And now this is the big trick for those high band scores like band 8 and band 9 is you give good details but without giving unnecessary information. Like, let's take a look at this one. So I asked you, there are many types of art like painting and dancing. Which do you like? And you said, I'm addicted to dancing. That's a great start, by the way. Use the full word. So I am, emphasize it. I am addicted to dancing. And then you said, rather than painting, that's unnecessary. You don't need to tell me that you're not into painting. I'm asking you what you like, right? And then you said, the reason I like dancing is because. This is very wordy. And in writing, especially, this is considered not good writing. So you want to avoid this. You can completely eliminate the first part here, Chayani, and just write because. Are you still there, Chayani?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay, suddenly the wind stopped, so it's just sounding a lot better. Okay, so I am addicted to dancing because it helps me to reduce stress. And then you can just say it is one of my hobbies. And then here, instead of saying your inspiration, because that's off topic, I'm not really asking how you got into dance or why you got into dance. I would actually just give more relevant information. So it is one of my hobbies and I do it at least a couple times each week. I danced cha-cha for 2 hours last night. Okay, so it's a bit more on topic. So when you're practicing at home, Chayani, record yourself and then say the answers again, but compress them. Say them in a shorter way. In this previous answer as well here, you said, it might be, I will be. Don't do that, okay? So I will be, just I will be. Okay, if you say it might be, I will be, it's kind of awkward. I will be searching for courses for university. Okay, let's try this one. Just one repetition here, Chayani. Are you ready? I'm going to say it and then copy me. Okay?
Okay.
So, I am addicted to dancing because it helps me to reduce stress. It's one of my hobbies and I do it at least a couple times a week. I danced cha-cha for 2 hours last night.
I am addicted to dancing because it helps me to reduce stress. It is one of my hobbies and I do it at least a couple of times each week. I danced cha-cha for 2 hours last night.
That's a band 9. Do you see how that transforms the answer into a very fluent, complete answer? And it's a band 9 level answer. Okay. Here's an interesting contraction in English. When we say couple of times, it's such a common phrase that we say it like this: couple of times, couple of times.
Couple of times.
Yeah, we don't pronounce the F. Couple of times. We completely melt those words together. Couple of times.
Couple of times.
Yeah, couple of times a week.
Couple of times a week.
Nice. By the way, I hope everybody else is repeating, not just Chayani. That was a tip for everyone. So couple of times a week. Couple of times a week. Okay, Chayani, lovely. Thank you so much for being my first volunteer this week. My first big thumbs up goes to you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Chayani. Keep up the good work. I can hear that you're improving.
Yeah. Goodbye, sir. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye. All right, that was Chayani. Definitely, Chayani's improving. And I know that a lot of students who are in this live class regularly, like Sarah and Masala, I'm sure you'll agree with me that we could hear that Chayani's improving. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. Who else is out there? Maria. Let's jump back to the top. I think Maria is one of our new members. Maria, let me see if you're there. Maria, are you there? All right, we're reaching out to Maria. Hopefully Maria will be there. Thank you for the support, students. I see lots of thumbs up and shake, shake, boogie little emojis out there. It's great. All right, Maria. Hi, Maria. I kind of hear something on the other end there. Corazon. Hello? Hi, Maria. I hear you. You sound like you're very, very far away.
Hello?
Now you're much closer. Sounds great. Hi, Maria. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Awesome. Maria, may I ask, where are you calling from?
Hello?
I hear you, Maria. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah. Where are you
Yes,
calling?
I can hear you now.
Okay, great. Maria,
I'm
where
from
are
the
you
Philippines, sir.
From the Philippines. Okay.
Yes.
Corazon, your family name, it means from the heart, is it?
No, actually, Maria Corazon is just my first name.
Oh, okay. It's Corazon means of the heart.
Heart, I think. Yes.
Yeah, of the heart. That's right. Lovely. What a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Okay. Maria, why are you taking the IELTS?
Well, I'm planning to apply for the US. I'm a registered nurse.
Okay. So you truly are from the heart. You're helping people. So your name fits your profession, right?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Okay, Maria, well, let me help you with this mission. I know that for nurses, usually the minimum requirement is a band 7. So you should be aiming for like a band 7.5 at least. Always, and this is a tip for everybody, you should always be aiming at least a half band above your minimum requirement. Okay. So just answer questions, nice full sentence answers, okay? Think about explanations, think about examples, but don't overspeak. Here we go. So let's talk about art. There are many types of art like painting and dancing. Which do you like?
My favorite art is cooking, just like you. Because it's my way of expressing my love and gratitude to my family and loved ones. I always look forward to cook for my family every day off because they actually appreciate it and love how I cook for them.
Do you do any kind of art regularly?
Yes, I do. Uh, sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah. Do you do any kind of art regularly?
Yes, I do cook at least 4 times a week, every day off, just like what I said previously. Um, my kids always request for some menu for me to cook, like our traditional igado.
Whom do you know that is good at art?
Pardon?
Whom do you know that is good at art?
The person that I know who's good with the art that I love is my mom. She's the one who taught me how to cook, and she gave me a lot of her secret recipes.
Okay, let's stop there. I'd like to get my hands on your secret recipe book. Okay.
They're traditional food delicacies.
Okay, that sounds great. All right, Maria. First of all, great job. Easy 7.5, potentially even an 8. So the good news is you'll definitely reach your score, I think, in the speaking for your requirement. That's very good. First of all, I really like how you're calm and you're confident. So you don't panic. If you don't hear what I'm saying, you say pardon or excuse me, or you can also say, can you please repeat that? There's a problem with the connection. And a lot of times students are doing the computer-based speaking now, where they do it like what we're doing right now when we see each other with the camera. And sometimes students tell me that, there's kind of problems with the computer a little bit. And it's okay to say, pardon, there's a problem with the computer, or the connection wasn't good, I couldn't hear your question. So it's okay to do that. It's totally okay to do that. I also liked how you thought about your answer. So, you paused for 1 or 2 seconds after I asked you the question, you thought about it, and then when you had a good answer, you started speaking. That's very smart. Okay.
Actually, I paused because I was trying to catch up what you're trying to tell me because the internet connection right now is really bad.
Yeah, it's
I wish
totally
it would be
okay.
better though.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. One quick tip, careful not to overspeak. So after you have completely answered a question, then just stop, wait for the next one. So you were almost over speaking, so careful not to
Yes.
do that. So I asked you, there are many types of art like painting and dancing. Which do you like? You said, my favorite art is cooking, just like you. Well, you wouldn't know that. The examiner won't tell you what theirs is, but that's
Sorry.
fine. It's fine. So you said, my favorite art is cooking because it's my way of expressing my love and gratitude toward my family and loved ones. That's a beautiful answer. Very natural, very clear. Standard, right? I think a lot of people could give that answer, but it's good in context. It's a very nice answer. And then you said something like, I always look forward to cooking meals for my family. That was starting to be a little bit off topic. If you want to say a little bit more, just giving a clear real world example is a good way to do it. So like saying I made a delicious chicken pie yesterday for my
Okay.
husband and kids. Okay, so just a quick simple example like that to finish the idea. And then that's your art. I'm going to repeat this, just copy after me, okay? So here we go. My favorite art is cooking because it's my way of expressing my love and gratitude toward my family and loved ones. I made a delicious chicken pie yesterday for my husband and kids. Go for it, Maria. Just copy exactly what I said. I lose you? Did we lose Maria? Maybe. She said the connection was bad. All right, so Maria, just kind of, I have a feeling you're still listening. So just kind of to summarize what I'm saying here, careful not to overspeak and include an example instead of too much explanation. So, and this is for everybody. Once you have an explanation like this, because, then don't explain more. Just give an example, wait for the next question. You don't always have to give an example, maybe 60% of the time. Okay, Maria, thank you so much for volunteering. Check that internet connection and make sure to come back again in the future, okay? Bye for now. That was Maria. We got there, so 90% of the way, right, Maria? We got to chat a little bit, which was great. And that was a good example of a nice high-level speaking. So pronunciation for Maria would have been like a band 8, fluency, a band 7, lexical resource, band 8, grammatical range accuracy, band 8-ish. So yeah, definitely a 7.5 to 8. Good thumbs up there, everybody. All right. Let's take somebody else. Let's kind of jump to the bottom here. I'll jump around. I did see some familiar faces there. Let's give new people a chance as well. Siddhant, if you're there. Here we go. Are you ready? And students, you can talk to each other using this interface as well. Okay, so on our website here. Siddhant is ready. Siddhant says, yes, I am. All right, Siddhant, here we go. Hello, Siddhant.
Hello, how are you?
I am fantastic. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing great.
Siddhant, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, you're correct. You're pronouncing it correctly.
Thank you. And where are you from?
I'm based out of Bangalore from India.
Bangalore. Awesome.
Yes.
And what do you do in Bangalore?
Currently, I'm working as a network engineer in Juniper Networks.
Okay. Sounds very technical.
Yeah.
All right. And why are you taking the IELTS?
Because I want to pursue my master's in computer networks in the UK.
Awesome. That's a great goal. Okay. Well, let me help you with this mission. It sounds like a good one. I will ask you some questions. Give me some nice full sentence answers, okay?
Surely.
All right. Let's talk about art. There are many different types of art, like painting and dancing. Which do you like?
Personally, I would. My favorite art would be photography, because a photographer tries to express and see the world in a different kind of perspective rather than a normal human being. So I like to express my stories in regards of photography.
Do you do any kind of art regularly?
Yes, I click pictures almost every day, and I usually go for photo walks every now and then with my friends and my family members. So, yeah.
How has technology helped you create art?
Definitely, technology has improved over the years, and the equipments which we are using for clicking pictures are way more advanced and way more powerful these days. So I would say it has a great impact on technology and creating a lot of memories.
If you could create one amazing piece of art, what would it be?
I would say my best piece of art is yet to come, because I'm trying to achieve my goal right now, and there is nothing as complete or a best art in my opinion.
That is the end of part 1. We will now continue with part 2. For this part, I will show you some questions on a card. You will have 1 minute to read these. You will have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. But I will not do that. I will not put you in that position because we're focusing on part 1. So I'm going to give you some feedback. Okay, lovely answer. First of all, photography, right? Of course, that's a very, very popular art form. And even many of our viewers who are maybe thinking, I'm not into art, I don't do art. But so many of us take pictures and videos with our phones these days, and that's art. So everybody who's taking pictures and videos and putting on Instagram, you're being an artist, right?
Yes.
So it's always important in the IELTS to think positively because these questions should be for everybody, right? So nice answers. Okay, right away, I would say that your band level is about a 7. For your responses, but I think you can do better. I think you can get a higher score. My first tip to you is don't tell me the truth. Don't tell me what you're really thinking. And that's kind of weird to say, right? Like, don't tell me what you're really thinking. Just lie to me. But just lie to me. Just lie to me. Lie to me doesn't mean lie to me. It means keep your answer just kind of simple. Don't tell me your real ideas. It can be really challenging to express our real thoughts and feelings sometimes, and the IELTS exam where you have all of these questions like Q&A in 12 minutes, it's not the best format to express our real thoughts. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So use your ideas. Like, you said photography, that's a good idea. But once you have the idea of photography, just simplify it for the best band score, right? So there are many types of art like painting and dancing. Which do you like? You said, personally, my favorite art would be photography. That's an awesome start. And then you said, because a photographer tries to express the world in a different perspective than a normal human being. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I'm not here to judge you. I'm the examiner. I'm only here to judge the English, not your actual answer. So, okay, that's fine, but it is a bit confusing. Like, what does it mean, normal human being? So I would simplify my reason. What's a simple reason that you like photography?
Because it puts me into a different perspective of viewing the world.
Sure. Or you can even take a easier answer. You can say it's easy to do because my phone can take pictures anywhere I go, right? So a lot of people like photography because it's a relatively easy form of art. You don't have to have a paintbrush and paints or, a lot of space to do it, right? So keep thoughts simple, right? Personally, my favorite art would be photography because it is easy to do. I have a smartphone that takes great pictures, and it allows me to capture and express my unique perspective of the world. I take pictures of people all the time, right? So if you want to do a little bit more, okay? All right, repeat after me. So personally, my favorite art would be photography because it's easy to do. I have a smartphone that takes great pictures and it allows me to capture and express my unique perspective of the world. I take pictures of people all the time.
Personally, I like photography because I have a phone. I have a smartphone every time on with me, and I like to click pictures of people very often, and I like to see the world in a different perspective.
Okay, good. Getting there. So a couple of small mistakes, but good. I like how you repeated without reading. You just focused on the content. That was really good. Okay, and when somebody has good English and you're practicing with a teacher or a tutor, that's the way you should do it. It's not just read, but think about the content and then repeat the content. And that was really good. Okay. All right. Then I said, do you like do you do any kinds of art regularly? You said yes. I click pictures almost every day. I go for photo walks every now and then. So yeah. Never finish a sentence with so yeah. Why? Why do you think? Anybody? You can, other viewers can answer this for me as well in the chat. Why is it not a good idea to answer or to finish a sentence with so yeah? And I heard there's somebody online telling students to do this because it sounds natural, but it does not sound good. It sounds natural, but it does not sound good. Why should we not finish a sentence with so yeah? Why is that not good English? It might sound like natural English, but it's not good English. Why? Patek says it's chit chat. It means yes. It's informal language. Do you have any idea? Forgot your name. Siddhanth. Do you have any idea why it's not good to finish with so yeah?
No, I don't have an idea about it.
Okay, because it's an unfinished communication. Okay, this means that I expect the listener to finish my ideas. Okay, so if you're having a conversation with me and you finish a sentence with so yeah, then it means that you want me, the listener, to think, so yeah, I do art regularly, like 7 days a week. So what that means, Siddhanth, is this is the part of your communication that you're not actually saying, but that you should. Okay, because this is the missing finish to your sentence. So if you're going to say so yeah, you have to finish your sentence. Okay, so never finish with so yeah. So this would sound like this. Do you do any kinds of art regularly? Yes, I click pictures almost every day. I go for photo walks every now and then. So yeah, I do art regularly, like 7 days a week. You see how now it's a finished idea? You don't wait for me to finish it in my head. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so let's try that. And I don't know who put up that video on YouTube, because I had a couple people doing this in the last week to finish a sentence with so yeah or so like, but no, that's bad English. It's natural English, but it's bad English. Okay, especially for professional communication. So here we go. Repeat after me. Do you do any kinds of art regularly? Yes, I click pictures almost every day. I go for photo walks every now and then in the park with my friends. So yeah, I do art like 7 days a week.
Yes, I click pictures almost every day. I go for photo walks every now and then. And yeah, I do art regularly, like 7 days a week.
Now it's complete. Now I can give you a better band score. You see how that works?
Yes.
Okay, so be really careful with that. Okay, not all of the tips online are good tips, so you have to be careful, but it's good that students are testing this in our website here. Okay, overall very nice communication. So complete sentences, and don't worry too much about your real complete ideas. Just make sure that you give simple complete answers, Siddhanth, okay?
Okay.
All right, keep it up. I'm sure you're going to be in the UK soon, and you will be living your dreams. So keep going forward. All right.
Thank you so much. Have a great
Absolutely.
day.
You too. Bye for now. All right. That was Siddhanth. That was really good. All right. So thumbs up. Awesome. Yes. Sarah, thank you. Okay. Olivia. Let's see if you're here. Olivia, are you ready? By the way, students, again, if you don't get a chance to volunteer, you can book a complete speaking interview with me by clicking this yellow button at the top there, and then we can do a full part 1, part 2, part 3 mock interview. You get the recording so that you can practice it later, and I will give you a complete review and feedback of your scores, and you will get the recording with a sample script and an email. So use this speaking interview practice that's up there when you have a chance, when you feel like, okay, I'm ready to give this IELTS speaking interview a real shot. Okay, and that's a full 12 to 15 minute interview with 15 minutes of correction and feedback. Olivia, if you're still there, let me know. I'm not sure if kind of lost in my words there, but I don't see you. All right. Olivia doesn't seem to be responding. Maybe she's gone for the day or gone to sleep. Unboxing Masala. Are you ready? One of our regular members who is very active, and I want to reward you for that, Masala, for being so active and participating and really practicing. So Masala, if you're there, give me a sign and we will get into it. Okay. Shanshan's asking, how can I book a lesson with this streamer? Shanshan, you can do it on the website, what I just showed you at aehelp.com by clicking that yellow speaking interview practice button. Okay, Masala. Hi, Masala.
How are you, sir?
I am doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful.
That's great. I'm happy to hear that. Masala, can you just tell everybody where you are calling from and why you are taking the IELTS?
I am from India, especially Gujarat, and I want to do master study in Canada. So university require almost 6.5 bands for get admissions.
Okay, right. So studying in Canada. All right, Masala, let me ask you a couple of questions and then give me some nice full sentence answers. Are you ready?
Yes,
Okay, well, let's talk about art. Where are good places for you to see art?
there are plenty of places for visit and see arts. Like I usually go to art gallery or museum or even go to shop to see creative and pleasurable moments of arts. Like yesterday, I go to art gallery far away from almost 3 kilometers from my home, and I see different variety category of arts like natural and some portraits of human art.
How has technology helped you to create art?
As being artist, I like to use technology in very much way. Like first, in beginning, I use some canvas paper to create portrait, but nowadays I use piece of technology to create portrait in very much effortless way, and it's being very much easier for me.
If you could create one amazing piece of art, what would that be?
Given the chance that almost going for myself, I make my own portrait because I I usually create artwork by commissions, or sometimes I create artwork of any natural scenery, but I never make my own arts on myself art. So I am planning next month to give create my own art.
Okay, that is the end of part one. That concludes the speaking section of the IELTS exam. You will have your mark in 2 days online. Okay, so we'll stop there. Good. I'll give you some feedback. First of all, your band score would be about a 5.5. Your vocabulary, your lexical resource, I would say is a band 7.5 to 8. Your grammar is about a band 5, and your fluency is a band 5. So you have to focus on your grammar accuracy, and your fluency to bring up your score, because it's affecting your coherence. It's hard for me to follow because you're speaking in pieces. Okay, you probably realize that, right? Masala,
Yes,
that you're
yes.
speaking in pieces, like you say 2 words, then you say 2 words, then you say 2 words, and you're speaking in pieces. And when you're speaking in pieces, it's kind of like this broken information, which is hard for me to follow, especially if there are some grammar mistakes, okay? So number 1 tip, lots of speaking, just so you build that fluency. Also do lots of reading aloud. Masala, are you reading aloud regularly?
Yes, sir. I reading for 1 hour.
Okay. In that 1 hour, when you're reading, make sure that you don't just read quietly, but that you read aloud for about 20 minutes. Okay, so you can actually hear yourself, all right? And try to read as fluently as possible, because what you want to do, so what your goal is to kind of start melting together these pieces so that it's smoother. At the same time, focus on grammar, but melt together these little individual pieces so that you become smoother in your intonation and in your fluency, okay? And then your mark will jump by like 1 to 2 bands. Don't worry too much about vocabulary. You have lots of vocabulary, like you said, commissioned artwork, my own portrait. Your own portrait is called your self-portrait, okay? Self-portrait. But you know, overall, very good vocabulary. I liked how you used the conditional. So you said, given the chance. Almost going for myself doesn't make sense. So simplify. Given the chance, I would make an incredible, maybe not make, but paint an incredible self-portrait. Okay. How has technology helped you create art? You said, as being artist. Unnecessary. I like to use technology. Careful with the very much. You tend to repeat very much often. So you say very much, very much, very much. Try to remove that from your conversation. Okay. So I like to use technology often. I used a canvas to create a portrait in the past. But now I use software like Photoshop to create art in an effortless way. Let's take out that very much. In an effortless way. Okay, so just repeat this sentence after me, Masala. I like to use technology often. I used Canvas to create a portrait in the past, but now I use software like Photoshop to create art in an effortless way. So technology has helped me much these past few years.
I like to use technology often. I use a canvas to create a portrait in the past, but now I use software like Photoshop to create art in an effortless way. So technology helped me very much than past years.
Okay, good. And the reason I put that last part in there, so technology has helped me, is to show the present perfect, right? Because this question is asking for present perfect. How has technology helped you? So you have to use that has helped me, okay? All right, Masala, you're on the right track, and you are very smart to continually, volunteer in these live classes. When I'm giving the answers and when I'm speaking with other students, are you making sure to repeat, like to do a lot of speaking repetition when I'm asking students to speak and repeat?
Yes, I always repeat.
Perfect. Then you're absolutely on the right track, okay? That's what you need to keep doing. Lots of repetition work, just to smooth out your English. And once you smooth it out, you will be great, okay?
One problem I think is I am very much thinking when I giving explanation or answer.
I figured that. That's why I asked about the reading, because the reading will help you to overcome or to become more efficient at thinking while speaking in English at the same time. That was one of the hidden reasons why I was asking you about the reading and reading aloud, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right, keep up the good work, Masala. We'll see you in class, all right?
Okay, thank you, sir. Have a good
You're
day.
very welcome. Masala from Gujarat, working hard, and that's the way to do it. There's nothing like practice, people. Nothing like practice to get you with a high score here. Okay, all right, students. So we'll take one more student here. Let's see if Sarah is available. Sarah, are you ready? Don't be sad. Always be positive. I know that you tried to volunteer for Light Hall last week. Got kind of stuck there. Hi, Sarah.
Can you hear me?
I can. How are you, Sarah?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. Sarah, thanks for taking part in the Light Hall, that was Light Hall. Yeah, Light Hall class last week.
Yeah.
And it's too bad that we lost the connection there. We just started to see you and to talk to you and everything, and you were all ready, but then something happened, which I don't know what that was, but good for you for putting yourself out there and for trying. Okay, so don't be shy. Come back again, and when we have our next Light Hall class and participate. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I will try my best. Actually, I don't know what's happening. I'm quite not aware of technology, so I didn't know what's happening.
I think that's a common challenge for people today. Technology has become really complicated, especially when it comes to the internet. So don't worry about it. And oftentimes, as it progresses, as the software improves, the hardware improves, it fixes a lot of those problems. So it's all good. Okay, Sarah, so you're in France, right? You're in Marseille, correct?
Yeah, merci.
Okay, I will never pronounce that correctly, but I try. Okay, and can you tell everybody why you are practicing for the IELTS exam?
So actually, weeks ago, I decided to join a university in Canada, Calgary University. So they required me for IELTS exam. I've taken IELTS before with an overall 6, but I'm hoping for a 7 at least this time.
Okay. Here's an interesting question for you, Sarah. So, Sarah, if I remember from previous classes, you're into ballet, right?
Yes, I love ballet.
And you dance ballet, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is just me guessing or an inferencing. Are you applying to the University of Calgary with a ballet scholarship?
Actually, it's like a second plan for me. I'm actually applying mainly for a marketing score, but like for another, let's say, a second plan for me, it's either ballet or piano, something into music.
Okay, the reason I'm asking you about that, Sarah, I'm not sure if you are aware of this, but Calgary has Canada's most famous ballet schools. It has the most famous ballet performers in Canada. They train in Calgary. So just a thought that I had, you might look into potential scholarships and bursaries at the University of Calgary for ballet. I would not be surprised if they have special programs for people who are in ballet. So you might want to check that out, okay?
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let me ask you a couple of questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so whom do you know that is good at art?
I used to have a friend. Her name is Rosaline. She's a guitarist. We used to play together piano and guitar in the street. As well, we were a part of our high school band.
Where are good places for you to see art?
I do believe that there are several places to observe art, but my favorite ones are first the street. I really love to walk in the evening with my dogs and observe the freestyle musicians playing. It just relaxes me. As well, there is a library located 10 minutes walking away of my house. I go there each Sunday to read and gain more knowledge, and I do
How
believe
has
writing.
technology helped you too? So I would cut in, okay? So careful not to overspeak, Sarah. All right, that's one of the. Okay, so once you give, especially in part 1, because they have 12 minutes for your whole interview. So once you give an answer, explanation, example, stop. Even if it's because art for you, Sarah, it's your thing, right? Like you do ballet, you do art. So this is your thing. So you have to be careful not to overspeak, okay? So whether you like the topic or whether you don't like the topic, you have to just stick to this answer, explain, example. Does that make sense?
It does. It fully does.
Okay, so careful not to overspeak. So where are good places for you to see art? Plural, right? Great places to see art are in museums, stores, and theaters. For me, my favorite place is the street because I love the originality of street performers. Can you try to repeat that answer?
So there are different places to see arts, like uh, museums, streets, libraries. My favorite places to watch arts are in the street because I like to observe. I forgot this word actually.
Originality. I like the originality of the performers.
I like the originality of the performance.
Okay, very good. Okay, so Sarah, remember, answer, explain, example, no overspeaking, okay?
Okay.
All right, have an awesome rest of your day, and don't forget that tip to check into scholarships and bursaries at the University of Calgary for ballet, okay?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Bye, Sarah.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, so if you have questions, send us an email. We've got lots of knowledge on our end, especially about Canada. Students, that's all the time I have for guest speakers today. But if you liked this video and if you liked this class, remember to check us out at aehelp.com for academic IELTS, gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. And on our websites, all you need to do is just click these big red buttons to join our premium IELTS package. It is a one-time payment for lifetime access. This is aehelp.com for general IELTS. Check out gieltshelp.com. There it is. Students, I gotta fly, but I will be back tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll have reading for our members, and then we'll have listening parts 3 and 4 for our subscribers. So subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button, get notifications of these live classes. We have them regularly during the week. It was awesome to have all of you here with me today. I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day. Much love to all of you, wherever you are in our big, beautiful world. Keep your dreams in mind, stay ambitious, and be yourselves. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from a beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.